Hey there, I'm Benjamin, and today's video is not for the faint of heart. We're delving into 3 disturbing true birthday horror stories that will make you question the celebrations you thought you knew. So buckle up, because things are about to get seriously spooky. The Sinister Invitation. It was a warm summer evening when Emily received a peculiar birthday invitation. The envelope was elegant, adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to dance under the moonlight. As she opened it, a chill ran down her spine. The invitation was written in an old, ornate script that seemed out of place in the modern world. The invite indicated a remote estate, nestled deep within the woods, a place she had never heard of before. Curiosity mingled with unease as she debated attending the event. With a nervous heart, she decided to go, her friends by her side. The estate was like something out of a Gothic novel, a mansion with looming towers, overgrown ivy, and an air of eerie grandeur. The birthday party seemed to be in full swing, guests in elaborate costumes milling about. As the night wore on, Emily began to notice oddities. The clock seemed to move backward, and the moon remained oddly stationary in the sky. Attempting to dismiss her growing unease, Emily mingled with the guests. Conversations were strange. People spoke in riddles and seemed to know too much about her. It was as though they had been expecting her for centuries. As the clock struck midnight, the atmosphere grew more sinister. The guests encircled Emily, their eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light. It dawned on her that she had stumbled into something beyond her understanding, something ancient and malevolent. With a sudden realization, Emily tried to flee, but the mansion seemed to twist and contort, its corridors shifting like a labyrinth. Whispers echoed through the walls as she stumbled upon a room unlike the others. It was a library filled with dusty tomes, each chronicling the dark history of the estate and its connection to arcane rituals. Panicking, Emily discovered that the only way to escape this nightmare was to solve a riddle hidden within the pages of the books. Hours turned into an eternity as she deciphered the enigma, breaking the curse that bound her to this maleficent celebration. As the first rays of dawn broke through the windows, the mansion began to crumble, its dark magic fading away. Emily emerged, shaken but alive, from the woods that had shielded the sinister gathering. She knew that this was a birthday she would never forget, a tale she could never fully share, a nightmarish dance with a history she wished she had never uncovered. The haunting melody. Ava's birthday fell on a stormy winter night. Despite the weather, her friends gathered at her cozy cabin in the woods, determined to celebrate the occasion. The cabin was snug, its wooden walls echoing with laughter and merriment. As the evening wore on, Ava's best friend Lily took out her violin. Lily was a gifted musician, known for her hauntingly beautiful melodies. She began to play a tune that seemed to weave through the very air, its melancholic notes touching the hearts of everyone present. But as the music flowed, a strange unease settled in. Shadows danced along the walls, their movements discordant with the melody. The wind outside seemed to carry whispers, and the fire crackled in an odd rhythm. Ava's dog, usually a friendly presence, began to growl at the corners of the room, its eyes fixed on something invisible. The guests exchanged uneasy glances, the music spell broken by the mounting tension. Lily's playing grew more intense, her fingers moving almost of their own accord. The violin's strings seemed to strain under an unseen force, producing a dissonant sound that sent shivers down spines. Ava asked Lily to stop, her voice shaking. But Lily's eyes were distant, her body swaying with the music's unnatural cadence. The room felt stifling, as if an unseen audience had joined the gathering. Desperation turned to fear as the cabin's windows rattled and the candles flickered wildly, casting grotesque shadows on the walls. With a final jarring note, Lily's bow snapped and the music abruptly ceased. The cabin fell into an eerie silence, broken only by the howling wind outside. Lily collapsed, exhaustion evident on her face. It was then that Ava noticed the photograph on the cabin's wall, a faded image of a woman who bore a striking resemblance to Lily. Lily had unwittingly channeled the spirit of a long-dead violinist, a troubled soul who had perished in the very cabin they stood in. The melody she had played was the same one the ghost had composed before her tragic death. The birthday celebration had unwittingly become a channel for the spirit's restless energy. As the storm subsided and dawn broke, the cabin returned to its tranquil state. The memory of that night would forever haunt Ava and her friends, a chilling reminder that even the most innocent celebrations can awaken the echoes of the past. The Cursed Carnival. On his 18th birthday, Alex decided to celebrate by visiting a local carnival that had set up on the outskirts of town. The colorful lights and the promise of thrilling rides filled him with excitement. He invited his closest friends to join him, unaware of the darkness that lay behind the carnival's facade. As they entered the carnival grounds, a sense of unease settled in. The air was heavy with the scent of cotton candy and popcorn, but there was an undercurrent of something sinister. The carnival barkers wore eerie smiles, their eyes too bright, too intense. They ventured onto the rides, the laughter and screams of delight masking the subtle shifts in reality. Each ride seemed to distort time and space, leaving them disoriented and nauseated. The mirrors in the funhouse twisted their reflections into grotesque shapes, distorting their very identities. As the night deepened, Alex noticed a tent that seemed out of place. It was old and weathered, with a sign that read, "Fortunes Revealed." Curiosity piqued, the group entered. Inside, a wizened fortune teller sat, her eyes milky white and piercing. One by one, she whispered predictions that chilled their souls. She spoke of tragedies, of broken bonds and lost dreams. The air grew colder, and the shadows in the tent seemed to come alive, whispering secrets that sent shivers down their spines. When the readings were over, the friends hurriedly left the tent, shaken by the encounter. But as they walked away, they realized something was amiss. The carnival seemed to stretch endlessly, paths looping back on themselves, and the exit remained just out of reach. Panic set in as they realized they were trapped. The once festive carnival had transformed into a labyrinth of horrors. The rides now creaked and groaned like tortured souls, and the carnival workers moved with unnatural, jerky motions. Hours turned into an eternity as they desperately tried to escape. With each wrong turn, the carnival seemed to mock their efforts, shifting and rearranging itself like a malevolent puzzle. Exhausted and broken, they finally stumbled upon the fortune teller's tent once again. The old woman's laughter echoed through the air as she revealed her true form, a malevolent entity feeding on their fear and despair. It was a birthday nightmare beyond their worst imaginings. Just as hope seemed lost, a distant chime filled the air, the tolling of a church bell. The carnival wavered and trembled, its grip weakening. And there you have it, my friends. 3 bone-chilling birthday tales that remind us of the thin line between celebration and the supernatural. If you're brave enough to want more spine-tingling stories, hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time, remember, not all birthdays are filled with cake and laughter. Stay spooky.